John Cassavetes has played a major role in my life as a human and as a filmmaker. I discovered his work in '95, and it stayed with me all the way through now. And I know that will continue watching his work until the very last day on this planet for me. His spirit is more alive today than ever, and this film, Give Me Liberty, I thank the circumstances in which it was made, which was very tough, for bringing out the best of us. And I think these circumstances actually inadvertently helped the spirit of John Cassavetes to preside over the whole process. And maybe if we had more comfortable conditions and more money and more things to choose from, we wouldn't. We wouldn't be where we needed to be with this film.
I also believe that it's a great testament to Cassavetes that we were absolutely uncompromising in our honest portrayal and true inclusion of people who are not often seen on screen. There were a lot of people who were afraid of this, and they backed away from the project, and it's to the great credit of everybody standing here that the film was made, and only because of them. So
Also, something that we talked about, his quote about the artist daring to fail. We
we dare to
ultimately,
fail.
I think the greatest thing about Give Me Liberty is the obstacles that actually we had to confront. And again, there were near failures, and it's just confronting them. And I think ultimately this is filmmaking. It's about confronting the obstacles and making them your allies, and turning disadvantages into advantages. And this team, this first time actress, this first time actor, and many more, they did it.
It honestly, it made it very challenging. It's one of the reasons our budget was a quarter of what the budget should have been and what the film was properly budgeted for.
And that was modest budget to begin with.
Yeah, and it was a modest budget to begin with. And we refused when we had pressure, for example, to cast an actress who pretended to have a disability in the role Lolo so beautifully played. We refused to do that.
But we already met Lolo by then.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
so there was no way
I
we
mean,
would
it's
back
like
out.
she was Tracy. And and likewise, there were people who were really nervous about having people with disabilities just play people, like just be themselves in the movie and play roles that had nothing to do necessarily with their disability, and that's got to change.
This is not an issue film. It
No.
never was. It was never about a social issue. It has no two-dimensional message to it. It's not a piece of propaganda. It's about humans. It's about relationships,
And our common humanity.
commonly shared, and we're the same precisely because we're different. And then someone beautifully put it, honored us with these words that this film is truly revolutionary because you allowed people to be themselves. And that was our job, to not get in the way of the amazing people that we got together to do this.